I made a delicious cup of coffee this morning. Jamaican coffee. Really nice. First of all, it's very, very scary to get up on stage and perform for people, especially when you're very young and you've never done it before. The craft of acting, it's an opportunity for self-awareness because you learn things about yourself that you never knew before. Like you learn about your strengths and you learn about your weaknesses. You have to feel rich. If you love acting and you love the craft of acting, you cannot feel like the richest person in the world because you get to do something that you really love every week with the most talented instructors, some of the most talented students that you've ever experienced. And like these people are really nice that you're working with. Like, you know, you go back to your old neighborhood and you see like a guy from high school saying, "Hey, you want to buy some crack?" And you're like, "No, thank you," and you keep walking. But when you go to acting school, like you just see articulate, clean-cut, regular people just, sharing their gifts and their talents and their aspirations. And you see everybody would get an opportunity to work on their scene and present it in class. And then we'd all go out together afterwards and have lunch at the hangout, talk shop, and talk acting. And that is really a gift. And I got to do that for so many years, all my adult life. And I just get to do what I love. I'm passionate about it. And I wasn't necessarily, I wasn't a good actor at all when I started. In fact, it was the most embarrassing thing in my life because, first of all, it's very, very scary to get up on stage and perform for people, especially when you're very young and you've never done it before. So it takes a lot of courage to kind of just go up there. When you're young, you think it's all about you, but it's not about you. When you do acting and you, over the months and the years, you realize it's like, there's no reason to be nervous because it's not about you. It's about the character. It's about the writer. What does the writer, the playwright, want to communicate to the audience? About the character and the humanity of the character and the fears of the character and the vulnerabilities of the character. And what does the writer, the playwright, the screenwriter want to portray about the humanity, about our humanity? What do they want to say about the human spirit? Because it's all about that. And so you realize, there's no reason for me to be like all uptight. I can get nervous and I can get kind of like lost, but it's no longer about being shy and being self-conscious because when I'm focused on, how can I help the writer bring his characters and his vision to life? And so it's no longer about me. It's never about me. And that's the beauty of learning the craft of acting. And you can apply that to any area of your life. Like even, of course, sales. When you're selling something, it's not about you. It's not about them buying something from you. It's about how can I solve their problem? How can I make their life better? How can I make their day better? Even just by talking to them, if they don't buy something from me, did I make them feel better about themselves and better about life? And so you realize that that's what life is about. And you learn that in acting, like I did, and so many people have. And it's not about vanity, it's not about Hollywood, it's not about the Oscars. Like those things are beautiful and nice. Like I don't put those things down. I mean, that's part of the whole, show. learn a musical instrument, you have to learn to manipulate the instrument and have control over it and make it bring out the sounds that you want it to bring out. The same with acting. Your body is your instrument. So you have to learn how to move well. How to project, your voice without sounding like you're yelling to the last row of the theater. And so it has to sound natural on stage, but yet still project out to the last row. You may have to learn different dialects. Like if you're playing somebody from the South, you learn a Southern dialect. If you're playing someone from Boston, you learn a Boston dialect. So you have to have control and understanding of your speech and also your breath. Like the most important thing in acting is your breath. And be in the moment. You see, being in the moment and breathing and being here now is like the most important technique in acting. It's breathing, like in your diaphragm, like deeply down here, and so that you have control over your environment. And so you have you're able to move around the space and have control over the space on stage. And really good teachers teach their students to take speech class and also voice. Not voice necessarily in singing, but voice and learning how to control your body and your breath as far as projecting on stage. The craft of acting, it's an opportunity for self-awareness.